33 years at this place which I call my other home, and having moved through the ranks, as we've all heard, from being a lecturer to that of its most senior position, that is Principal and Vice Chancellor, it is time to bid all of you a goodbye. As I pondered about these years, it dawned on me that when I started to work for the university, I told myself that something that would stun you. I had indicated that I shall serve for 5 years and return to industry, Chancellor, Chair of Council, and Principal and Vice Chancellor. I was saying this primarily because that is where I worked when I concluded my studies at the university. Now, I cannot tell you, how do you compare 5 years with 33 years? But before I can continue, allow me to say that during the 23 of my 33 years, I worked under 4 vice chancellors, that is Professor Van Vieren, Viches, Melk, and Bijana. But you'll be surprised that by the time I was appointed, Professor Theo van Wyk was still a vice chancellor. But of course, I couldn't join the university immediately because industry couldn't release me at that point. And of course, I had to join the following year when he had already retired. But what is important here is that these vice chancellors served under had made their distinct contribution to this university. And I want to say all of them have added another chapter to our UNISA story, all of whom undoubtedly share the same love, loyalty, and commitment to this university, to its staff and its students. To each of these former vice chancellors, I owe an immense debt of thanks and gratitude because they provided for me, my executive and extended management, and particularly our council, a sound and healthy implementation, rather springboard for our own vision, articulation, and implementation of a university transformation, a university optimally shaped to serve our students.